Hello everyone, Dillahan here with a match between Tenso playing as the Farseer with this kind of crazy rainbow outfit, and Ruthless at Heart playing as the Eversor Assassin. And this map is Selenon something or other, some snow map of some kind. And this is an interesting map because this garrison here is pretty nasty. It kind of covers this whole region here. And it's not on the other side, so it makes this left side with the double VP. It makes this pretty important to hold, I think. And your power node is pretty far forward as well. Somewhat exposed is your natural power on this map. Likewise, even if you wanted to get this power as the second power, it's pretty in the middle. So we got double IST opening from Ruthless, followed by Strike Squad, and double Guardians, followed by Banshee. So both players opting to get some shooty guys at the beginning. Usually you see the Strike Squad before the IST. There's reasons to do both. It just kind of depends on the situation. I am increasingly less of a fan of ISTs. They do decent damage, but they really need the Sergeant to really be much more than just kind of vanilla Guardians. And I don't know. It's kind of expensive when you want to probably get operatives or even interceptors. Eversor getting the VP though, getting this VP, so we're gonna have a bit of a VP drain in favor of Ruthless. But it's 480-500, so you see Guardians just kind of shred ISTs, already bleeding models. They kind of feel like vanilla Shootas, vanilla Guardians, and they don't have the same kind of big upgrade potential in Tier 1. In Tier 2, though, they have a ton of potential. Getting a Sergeant, though, so that's going to help a lot. Strike Squad I like to put on range stance these days, and just put them in green cover and shoot stuff. Banshees are getting Aspect, so he missed the opportunity there to do some damage to the Banshees. Eversor is not engaging. Again, Hero's capping stuff. Like, what's that about, man? I get it, but also I don't get it. Like, I think you bring your hero down here and fight. You don't go cap the wreck point. Like, what the heck? Your hero is your strongest unit. You gotta use it. Gotta use it. Gonna get the grenade off here, and Strike Squad will definitely beat the Banshees in melee. This squad is gonna be retreating though. But the Banshees are gonna have to go home, and he might be able to kill it on retreat with the Eversor Assassin if the Strike Squad doesn't finish it off here. Strike Squad getting dangerously low though. Needs to pull back here. Gonna start bleeding models, and that's no good. Bleeds one model. Might bleed a second one. Eversor Assassin, wake up, please. Wake up. Go for it. Nope. Okay. He missed a pretty important chance there to wipe that. You get to see a generator go down to the double Guardians. Rangers come in as well. Rangers are very nasty against Ordo Malleus. I think Interceptors are really the way to go in this matchup. A lot of people like Operatives, but I think you get an Interceptor squad. Because that's just such a hard counter to Rangers. Compared to, say, other options. Although the Operatives do have detection, so it's not the worst decision. But I think just Operatives get shot by Guardians so much. I don't know. Like, you can make either work, I guess. I just really like Interceptors. Eversor Assassin doing tons of damage. Eversor's melee damage is actually pretty decent. Not quite as good as the Force Commander, but pretty close. And with Psychon, he's actually better than the Force Commander. So he will two-shot models, no problemo. And he'll tank a lot more damage. Ruthless is going for Operatives. The other thing about early game Rangers is you kind of have a window where they don't have the Pathfinder gear yet to kind of put pressure on them, bleed some models, kind of force some investment. VPs are kind of in favor of Tenso, but we are going to see a decap on both these VPs, and this one's going to get capped, so some decent VP pressure for Ruthless. Eversor has to take a ton of free damage though from these Rangers. It's not really worth this kind of cap. You're not going to cap the point. Like, you really have to figure out pretty early on if you're going to cap it or not. And commit to it or don't. No fallback plans, so we're not going to see the Incendiary Grenade. Might see the Smoke Grenade for this engagement. Oh, he's getting fallback plan right now. Strike Squad is there as well. He's using this terrain to kind of block the Ranger line of sight. Rangers might poke at the Eversor though. Banshee's capping as well. Yeah, I don't know. I like this though. You're going for the Gen Bash while these units are kind of zoning these guys out. If they try to go defend this, they're going to get blasted by the Strike Squad. Strike Squad does about the same range damage as Tax, if not a bit more. So think of it as a Tax squad with swords, really, and they're really good on range stats. And the Banshees are not in position. Farseer is coming out of base, relatively low health. But I think this might be a gen or two for Ruthless. No war gear as of yet for either hero. We do got a Shuriken platform following up. Shuriken will be pretty nasty, but I think the Operatives are just pretty good at countering Shurikens. And we're going to see all the gens go down. We're going to see Rangers bleed a model or two here. Shuriken is going to get set up, but I think he's going to throw a grenade on it right here. I wouldn't take this engagement, though. I think he just pulled back here. It's going to take a ton of free damage. Yeah, now that's a mass retreat. Instead, he could have just pulled back. Force the Shuriken platform to come to you. The Strike Squad's a little low health, too. I would bring that back to base. Same with the Eversor. Like, Decap would go back to base. Instead, he's going to get shot by the Rangers. And he's not going to get that point. Strike Squad's losing models instead. He should have just went back to base. Banshee's just kind of chilling on this side of the map. So we're going to see Ruthless probably get a tech advantage here. He has 3 generators versus 0, soon to be 1. Pretty lethal game so far. Both players have nearly 200 reds, so lots of stuff is dying here. Ain't quite leveled up yet, though. Yeah, he actually asked it, did She's die? Because I haven't seen them. Yeah, they're just over here. I don't think Operatives are the best against Banshees. He's just kind of forced to retreat here. He's going to probably use the cancel, but it's kind of a waste. You want to use the cancel when you need to heal the models. So like if you're like half health, you do it and then you heal them up, and then you have your full damage output, but also you didn't bleed a model. And he kind of just let that forced retreat up here just let Tenso set up on these generators. This is much more difficult to deal with here. And he's a little too blobbed up. The Shuriken platform's going to suppress all of this business. Operatives are getting up here, though, and the Guardians don't have any grenades, so he's just going to walk up here and melee the Shuriken. These guys need to get in there now. Yeah, but Operative's taking so much damage. You got to turn the infiltration off. You take bonus damage. Well, actually, I don't know if normal units do. I know the Commando and the Lictor do, I'm pretty sure. Unless that has changed in the last 10 years, which is always possible. And Shuriken gets set up, but Eversor gets on him. Can I use Psychon, maybe? Get some bonus damage? Or just not going to micro that? Doesn't really need to, I guess. This IST might actually die here, though. So the Farce here. He's going for that last hit, not going to get... Tier 2 for Ruthless. Eversor, or Tenso is almost caught up in Tier 2. We got triple cap, though, for Tenso. So Ruthless is losing a ton of VPs right now. 350 to 411. By the time he decaps, it's going to be about 320. And Strike Squad's going to get forced off by this Banshee, no problem. He does have the Tome of Titan. He might be able to get in the bunker, but no, get suppressed. He could have slowed them down. Maybe he didn't want to push the button. I don't know. Eversor Assassin kind of forcing off this Guardian. Banshees are going super deep in here. Going to go try and kill the generator, probably. Question is, what do these guys get in Tier 2? Well, I'm expecting a Rhino for sure from Ruthless, and probably a Falcon from Tenso. If I was Tenso, though, I'd probably get Dark Reapers. I feel like the extra range damage would be really tough for him to deal with. There's more stuff to walk into. And then you have the knockdown button to kind of disrupt his shooting stuff as well. No investment into heroes yet, no war gear. Yeah, there's the Rhino. He's going to get the Rhino up and probably stick these guys in the back and drive around, be annoying. Tenso's probably going to get a Falcon. I'm not the biggest fan of a Falcon in this matchup because Operatives can get Melta Bomb. He can get a Melta Bomb, Eversor can get Melta Bomb, and you can always get a Las Rhino if you just want to really kill the Falcon. So, like, it's kind of like... I don't know, it's just such kind of a weird matchup to get a Falcon in. I think there's better options. Like, I think a Wraithlord is significantly more strong in this matchup than a Falcon is. Just because Melta Bombs are a lot less dangerous for the Wraithlord. Using Psychon on the Banshees. Oh no, he's going for the Guardians. And being forced to retreat there, that's pretty nasty. We do have lots of red that he can use for some globals on the Eversor, like the Bio Meltdown would be pretty handy. Rhino's coming up, upgrading with a Heavy Bolter, gonna chase off the Banshees, no problem. These guys are just capping. I think he needs the Operatives to be fighting. I think you want to use the Strikes as a capping squad and maybe one of the ISTs. Generally, your capping squad, you want to either be something that can fight really independently, like a Strike Squad or a Catachin. Getting into Justicar is kind of unnecessary as well for this Strike Squad, I think. I think you need to get some war gear. And lots of gen bashing. Really focus on getting generators in these high-level games. But Tenso has money to get whatever he wants, basically. Like, by the time you kill those generators, he's going to have either a Wraithlord. Probably a Wraithlord is what he's going for at this point. He could get a Falcon right now, though. Oh, he's going for the Falcon. Okay. Strike Squad can just kill the Farseer, no problem. Draining her energy, going to go blast her. Get a cap the VP, so we're going to have a triple cap for Ruthless here pretty soon. And yeah, just killing generators with the Rhino. I think it's... Oh, Strike Squad being a little too aggressive there, being forced off. Tenso going for the Falcon here. Really focus on these generators. I think you just go for the VP pressure. I really think that's what you should go for in this situation. You get that triple cap up, he's going to lose the game in like 3 minutes if you don't make something happen. And then you just sit on the VP and stop him from capping it. And you'll win the game way faster than you will killing generators. It really depends on the map, but a map like this where you can easily put pressure on this VP and the generators at the same time. Falcon's going to come up here, going to force off all this business. He does have the one Melta Bomb. Maybe a second Melta Bomb on this guy. He's getting a Purgation Squad, so he's going to get Silencers out. I would like to see some global usage, either the Hyper Metabolism to heal up the Eversor, or Bio Meltdown, or some War Gear or something. I don't know. Yeah, I get really bored watching people not use any War Gear on their heroes. The previous game I casted was Tex using the Librarian combo of his Force Commander, and that's always fun to see when people's strategy really revolves around their hero. But a lot of times the hero just feels like an extra squad that they just use to go tie stuff up with and cap some points. It's a lot less interesting, I find. Especially with the Eversor, so much of his everything is the hero. You know, his globals, most of his globals just affect the Eversor exclusively. I think Ruthless is in a very strong position right now that with the Silencer out, the Melta Bomb on this Falcon, he's going to be able to blast this, no problem. You're going to see this Falcon go down super fast. He's going to try and repair it, but these Guardians are going to get blasted while they're repairing. And the Falcon is probably going to die here. Just barely squeaks out of range. These squads just AFK for no real reason, to be honest. I think the Strike Squad at level 2 with the Jessicar can also take on the Banshees. Banshees are still only level 1 because they've just been capping. So they can't trigger any specials on these guys, so I think those guys will just easily destroy the Banshees. And he went for the aspect of strength, so they don't have the extra power melee damage. So, very strong game so far for Ruthless, despite my misgivings about their hero usage. Using Guide on the Falcon, I think, to boost the range damage. Turning around, facing the butt, it's a little risky. Banshee's escaping again, which is one guy. Operatives can go sneak up on the Falcon, I think, again. So what's the follow-up here if you're Tenso? Well, he's got a lot of upkeep, and he doesn't have a lot of power income. So the question is, what do you get against this? I think you get a second Banshee squad. I think you go double Banshees and just force the melee encounters. So the Silencer getting focused down here. He throws the Smoke Bomb on the Silencer, but I think the way the Operative Smoke Bomb works... Oh, that's the Razorback Smoke, sorry, that does work that way. The Operative Smoke you throw on the enemy. So Operatives are... somewhere? Where are the Operatives at? Probably jerking off in the PowerPoint. Oh yeah, okay, so... You really need some, like... When you gotta think about what unit is most important to be using right now, and the Operatives are the ones with the Melta Bomb that you need for the Falcon. So you probably want that to be where your army is fighting the Falcon, generally. This is a pointless engagement here. He might actually kill that Guardian squad, so I guess I won't say completely pointless. But like you want to be careful about taking those kind of engagements. Tenso calls GG. So Tenso actually throws in the towel. That's very interesting. I don't think that was nearly over. Something you see a lot from people is they don't want to stick around, even in a game that they're 100% losing. You should stick it around to the end, because you never know, especially Dawn of War 2. All it takes is one good engagement to kind of come back. Kill the right stuff, but I guess he just felt like he was too far behind. But, you know, if you actually look at where Ruthless was at, he doesn't have a lot of requisition, and he's bleeding a lot of models in those kind of engagements. So Tenso could have come back in the game. Could have got some, maybe Fire Dragons would have been good, actually. I said Banshees, but maybe Fire Dragons. Because Fire Dragons are very dangerous to the Rhino, especially with Guide. They just get crazy long range, they're really fast. And also, Fire Dragons are good against, you know, they're good against everything. They have Melta damage, so as long as you don't bleed too much with them, they're pretty scary. But anyway, that was, what do you call it? I don't know. It's kind of anticlimactic when people quit a little early, but I guess he was feeling like he was losing the VP pressure. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.